Girl, it's driving me insane. And I know I just need one more chance to prove my love to you. And if you come back to me, I'll guarantee that I'll never let you go. Can we go back to the days of love? Can you tell me how a perfect love goes? Can somebody tell me how to get things back to where they used to be? God, give me no reason. I'm down on bending knee. All right, so that right there was from Boys to Men. Back in the day, you know, Boys to Men used to be one of the great R&B groups of all time. And that song was Down on Bended Knee, in which Tim Scott did back on January 22nd of this year, where he proposed to his quote-unquote fiancee, Mindy Noce, a divorced mom of 3. Right? Now, Tim Scott, 58 years old, ain't never been married, ain't never had no kids or nothing like that, because when he was in city council, right, when he was right there in local Charleston, South Carolina politics, he was parading himself around to be this devout Christian virgin man, right? It was only until his Republican contemporaries start questioning him about his sexuality, about, you know, why doesn't he have a wife and why didn't he have children, not like that. As all of a sudden now, and then the thing about it was they said they kept this private for months. That's bullshit. Okay? If you ask me, that's bullshit. Right? I call cap on all that. He was trying to find somebody because the pressure was being put on him for finding a woman. Because his Republican contemporary was accusing him of being a little come see, come sa. In other words, they accused him of being gay. So you had to go out there, scramble, and find somebody and pay him some money under the table to keep that boogeyman from his cipher, right? So, we are where we at now when it comes to the whole Tim Scott dynamic, right? We are where we at now when it comes to this whole Tim Scott dynamic, right? So, I'm going to play a clip. Fair use, Fox News, fair use.
Speculation runs wild over who will be Donald Trump's running mate. Fox and Friends is profiling his top contenders and the people who know them best.
So we sat down with Senator Tim Scott and his fiancee Mindy at their church in South Carolina. Take a look.
Now, so why a church? You couldn't go to a restaurant. You couldn't go to each other's houses. And this is how you know this was a controlled interview. And you're going to see how inauthentic this was. Because see, when I did my video early this morning on around 8:30 on the 29th of June, right? I did a video about how Tim Scott was talking about how racism was in the rearview mirror. At the time, I did not realize that Tim Scott brought his fiancee, quote unquote, out of hiding for this interview. And until I watched another YouTube channel, Lisa Cabrera, you know, she does excellent work. Go subscribe to her. And then that's when I had to go back and do more research about Tim Scott and Mindy Noce, and that Fox News was interviewing potential VP candidates and the people who are closest to them. And this is where we are when it comes to Tim Scott. So let's continue on.
Mindy, thank you so much for sitting down with us. Y'all kept your relationship quiet for a long time. And then next thing we know, you proposed in
January 20th,
yeah. And once again, right, she's saying that they kept their relationship quiet for a long time. No, because for a long time, Tim Scott was trying to find somebody to date. Because once again, the pressure was being put on him to find somebody. That's where we at. That's how it's all this came about. It had nothing to do with they kept their relationship private for a while. No. Tim Scott was trying to find somebody to date because the pressure was being put on him to find somebody because he was being accused of being gay. So we're not going to let Ainsley Earhart sit up here and try to revise history to paint this rosy picture full of love and bliss.
Okay, Kiowa Island.
Kiowa Island.
Well, it was one of the coldest days in January this year. I got out there, and it was a beautiful Kiowa sunset, and
Cold as a
it was
dickens.
very cold. I had my glove, and he told me to take my gloves off. I said, no, I'm going to keep them on.
Yeah.
It's chilly.
So we're walking out to
Until
the
you
beach.
saw the ring.
Yes. Well,
Until I saw him get on his knee. I was like,
Okay.
So going down to my knee, I just felt this wave of emotion hit me like a ton of bricks. And I was like, I really want to spend the rest of my life with this woman. And what a blessing.
So, Mindy, tell us your story. Start from the beginning, how you met.
So we had mutual friends. Originally, they were trying to set us up on a pickleball date. We talked on the phone for about an hour and a half, our first phone call, and we talked about our families, our faith, and we actually decided to do a Bible study that day together. And I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. This was like heaven sent.
How did you know he was the one?
How did you know?
Honestly, God comes in and he gives you signs, and he just shows you. He shows you the path.
Did you ever think you'd meet your wife here?
No, I mean,
So
I've been
nice.
praying for years and years and years. And then the first conversation, she laughed. I was like, I love her a lot. She understands devotion to country. She loves the Lord. We go to the same church. And you love the Lord, attractive, families devoted to the country. It's a pretty good deal.
What was your response when on the View, those ladies, when they suggested that you got engaged just so you could be a vice presidential candidate?
Yeah, they're just ridiculous, period. Honestly, it's not just the comments that they make about me. They get paid to tear people down.
How do you handle criticism when you hear someone say something negative about him or upset that he is a black man and he is not a Democrat? How does that affect you?
I tried to.
Okay. So let me get this straight. Just because he's black and he's not a Democrat and all that, what kind of question is that, Ainsley Earhart? Really? I'm black and I'm not a Democrat, but I'm not a bootlicking shield like Tim Scott either. What kind of a question is that? And it's like Tim Scott only hears what he wants to hear. We're going to run this back again, right? Because YouTube don't like sending out notifications and whatever like that, but that's okay. We're going to keep on doing what it do. But what kind of a question is that? Oh, well, he's black. He's not a Democrat. You just think black people by default.
Refocus and not stay there. And I go to prayer.
So,
Yes.
with the debate, Joe Biden's hunkering down, Donald Trump's having all these rallies. Have you been helping him?
One of the things I'd say.
So here's another question, Tim Scott. So were you at the debate with Trump and Biden on Thursday? Were you there? Because from the reports I read, it looks like you weren't there. It looks like you weren't there. They only had J.D. Vance, Doug Burgum, and Marco Rubio. You weren't there. So what was you doing? You was getting wedding plans together? You was out there getting those wedding plans together, right? Because you know the big day is coming, right? Let's continue with this, quote unquote love in the air.
Say to President Trump for the debate purpose, never forget the provocative racial past of Joe Biden. Donald Trump has done more for progress from a racial perspective economically than any president.
Now, that's a fucking lie. That is a fucking lie if there ever was one. So, back to the video I did earlier this morning on the 29th of June, right? When he's sitting up here talking about, racism is in the rearview mirror. No, it's not. Are you crazy? And I even listed 4 recent incidents that debunks this claim that racism is in the rearview mirror. You think those white folks, right? You think those racists out there that you're trying to appeal to is going to accept the fact that you are with one of them? You were one of their own, Tim Scott. You think that's going to fly? They're not going to accept that. You're from Charleston. You should know. You should know. They're not fucking going to accept that. Are you crazy? Are you crazy, dude? See, you and Byron Donalds ain't no different than Kamala Harris and Ketanji Brown Jackson. You ain't no different than them. So what is this nonsense you're talking about? What is this nonsense you're talking about, Tim Scott? You think Donald Trump done more for interracial couples? No, he didn't. Oh, Donald Trump did more for interracial couples than any other president. Yeah, right. Just admit, Tim Scott, you can't find a Keisha. That's why you had to go find a Becky.
In my lifetime. He should focus on that.
Mindy, how do you help prepare him for politics?
I'm a good listener. I do pride myself on that.
Now, notice how her eyes is all over the place and all that, right? Notice how she's like, staring off into space, trying to formulate the words that she's trying to say and all that. Oh, I just listen. I'm like, what the fuck does she know about politics? Tim Scott, I got a question for you, right? And I mean this in all seriousness, right, Tim Scott? Right? Have you bent her over yet? Did y'all get bucket naked, right? Y'all sitting there because hey, that's the Republican way. Be flat out hypocrites. Say one thing, do another, right? Laura Boebert, your Republican contemporary down in the House. She's sitting up there talking about Jesus Christ this and God that and the Bible this and the Holy Spirit that. Meanwhile, she's at a Beetlejuice play grabbing dick. So let me understand something, Tim Scott, because when you ran for city council, when you was in Charleston, local Charleston, South Carolina politics, you was parading yourself around to be a virgin, right? You was out there. Pure Christian values, right? So you talking to Mindy Noce. Where'd y'all meet at, huh? Because it was so vague, there was no details in it. That's how you know this shit's a sham. Oh, we was at this place, Dimitri and friends. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, nobody trying to listen to that bullshit. I just have a good ear. I just listen. And your eyes is all over the place. Just in orbit. Your eyes is all over orbit. Where your ass at, huh?
And I'll pray. I'll do a lot of praying. I think being a prayer warrior for him, supporting him, being a listener, and just loving on him, I think that's my role.
So Mindy knows how you love on Tim Scott, right? Is Tim Scott giving you that hour of power? And Tim Scott, they bending your ass over and then fornicating, right? Because hey, he's supposed to be a devout Christian, right? At least on camera, right? But behind the scenes, though, I bet he that raging sex machine, right? Come on then. This shit is a farce if there ever was one. This shit is a fake if there ever was one. Oh, I just be a prayer warrior for him. Really, yo? Really? A prayer warrior? Really, Mindy Noce?
I know you have a thriving business here, and you're a designer. Are you ready to go from South Carolina if he is the VP pick?
VP pick, y'all, okay? He's not gonna be the well, look who we got here. Look who we have here.
Hey, what's up, man?
See this from the beginning, all right? All right, so I'm going to rewind this from the beginning so that way my contemporary can see this nonsense firsthand. I'm down on bended knee. I'm down on bended knee.
Who will be Donald Trump's running mate? Fox and Friends is profiling his top contenders and the people who know them best.
So we sat down with Senator Tim Scott and his fiancee Mindy at their church in South Carolina. Take a look. Mindy, thank you so much for sitting down with us. Y'all kept your relationship quiet for a long time. And then next thing we know, you proposed in
January 20th, yeah.
Okay, Kiowa Island.
Kiowa Island.
Well, it was one of the coldest days in January this year. I got out there, and it was a beautiful Kiowa sunset, and
Cold as a
it was
dickens.
very cold. I had my gloves on, and he told me to take my gloves off. I said, no, I'm going to keep them on.
Yeah.
It's chilly.
So we're walking out to
Until
the
you
beach.
saw the ring.
Yes. Well,
Until I saw him get on his knee. I was like, okay.
Hey, Raw, you see all this teeth and gums and shit?
Feeble fobble, feeble fobble, hope trouble, pickable beeble, woo woo weeble. Yeah,
Oh,
man.
so sunset. It wasn't sunrise. You lying motherfucker. Why you post that bitch on Facebook at like 6:45 in the morning? Lying piece of shit. Anyway, let's continue over this love fest.
Going down to my knee, I just felt this wave of emotion hit me like a ton of bricks. And I was like, I really want to spend the rest of my life with this woman.
No, somebody need to hit your ass in the head with a ton of bricks.
A blessing.
So, Mindy, tell us your story. Start from the beginning, how you met.
So we had mutual friends. Originally, they were trying to set us up on a pickleball date. We talked on the phone for about an hour and a half, our first phone call, and we talked about our families, our faith, and we actually decided to do a Bible study that day together. And I'm like,
all right, Raw, what was your thoughts on how they first met? Because a lot don't add up. A lot should not making sense on that one. What's your thoughts on that?
I think his handlers told him, look, man, you got to do something about these gay rumors. And I think that she might be a friend of somebody that works with him on his, she might be the friend of somebody that works around him, his inner circle, one of his handlers. And I think she's being possibly compensated for this role. She's just playing a role. You know what I'm saying? She's playing a role, hoping that this could lead to something. She's really gonna. I mean, right now, you just read between the lines, man. Like, this dude is so hard pressed to be Trump's VP, so he's trying to make this fake relationship look as real as possible to sell it. Because maybe he heard that one of the reasons why people don't want him, as far as in the party, is because, other than the fact that he's black, is that he's single.
Mhm.
And I mean, not just single. I mean, hasn't even appeared with a woman. Hasn't been seen in public with a woman. Not photographed with a woman. I mean, it's one thing to be single, but to be not even linked to women at all. So this is damage control, but I mean, it's all for naught. Now suddenly we supposed to get married, next month or in August? Come on, man.
Right.
Come on.
Hey, I was on the live stream earlier today. I was making the prediction that she might leave his ass at the altar.
Man, if Trump go with Vance or anybody else, magically this relationship is gonna be fizzled. Next thing you know, she gonna be out the picture. She gonna be, dating some white dude or whatever, and he gonna be, doing what he do with Lindsey Graham somewhere.
So
we know
yeah,
how
let's continue on with the buck dancing bonanza on a love bliss.
Wow, this is pretty cool. This was like heaven sent.
How did you know he was the one?
How did you know?
Honestly, God comes in and he gives you signs, and he just shows you. He shows you the.
So I'm curious, right? What kind of signs did he give you? Was it a
bags
big
of money? Big bags of money.
What was
big bags.
Or was it a whole brick of money? Was it a bunch of how much is this sign? Like a sign of like 100,000 racks and shit?
Hey, what tripped me out, man? If you gonna cross the aisle, right? I think we talked about this before, man. If you're gonna cross to the other side, man, at least make it be worth it, bro. Like, man, she make Olive Oil look like goddamn Cardi B, man. Like, god damn, like there's nothing there.
Hey, too raw. Hey, earlier today, I also told people that we need to set up like an amazing race to find where Mindy Noce's ass is, right? we need to get like a search party together to find where her ass is at, right?
Yeah, she must have dropped that bitch when she was, I don't know. That bitch fell off when she was playing pickleball, I guess.
Maybe she dropped it in one of the yachts, in the Atlantic Ocean and shit. Yeah,
because it's definitely missing.
I'm like, because one place her ass is attached to her body.
I mean, look, man, that's how you know that this dude ain't either. He ain't no brother, man. Like, what black man especially if you cross over there, man. She ain't got no ass, man.
Nope.
I mean, come on, man. Come on. I don't think he likes women, to be honest with you. Just whatever.
Hey, man. So I'm trying to figure out what's the sign that was it like maybe that one night at a restaurant that is unknown or undisclosed that Tim Scott was eating a steak and your flat-chested, flat booty having ass was eating a chicken, right? A boneless chicken breast at that, right? What's up, Big Wash? My fellow South Carolina contemporary in the building. Hey, so when y'all was at Oak Steakhouse, right? And Tim Scott was eating that steak, and your flat-chested, flat booty having ass was eating a boneless chicken breast, right? And you said something, and then it caught Tim Scott's eye, and he almost dropped the steak on the floor while you said it, right? But he goes to pick up his steak, he dropped on the floor, blow a little dust off it, 5-second rule and shit. And then at that point, it clicked, right? So what was the sign outside of the 100,000 racks he gave you up front, right?
Path.
Did you ever think you'd meet your wife here?
No,
It's
I mean,
so
I've been
nice.
friends for years and years and years. And then the first conversation, she laughed. I was like, I love her a lot. She understands devotion to country. She loves the Lord. We go to the same church. And you love the Lord, attractive, families devoted to the country.
What?
It's a pretty good deal.
What was your response when the View?
All right, go ahead, Turo. I know you want to expand.
No, I was tripping when you said attractive. Like, huh? No, what?
Yeah, how is she? Hey, you know her chin looks fake. When you saw her talk, right? Hey, don't her chin look kind of fake? Look like someone just plastered a fake chin on her, and she just put the mascara on to make it look like it's real and shit. Like she had dimples and shit.
Her chin looked like Jim Carrey's at the end of Me, Myself, and Irene. That dimple, that little, yeah, that's what her shit looked like, man. Yeah, it just do look fake though, like a prosthetic.
Hey, we'll see what Big Wash. He said my sister went to CSU. So, Big Wash, because Big Wash from South Carolina also, right? Hey, Big Wash, if you still in here, right? Now, back in the day, Charleston Southern University used to be Baptist College, right? When Tim Scott graduated from there, it was called Baptist College. They transferred. I say around the late '90s. Sometime in the late '90s. That's when they changed it to Charleston Southern University because they were trying to get money to upgrade the school, upgrade the facilities, and stuff like that. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So he's saying that she heard that Tim Scott and Lindsey Graham are gay. It's been long known. It's been a long known thing amongst the people in the law field. Yeah, because that motherfucker was selling insurance down there in South Carolina back in the day before he went to city council and all that. So yeah. Tim Scott ain't a piece of ass. I could believe that.
Oh, he might have had that. Well, you know what?
No,
judging by how he act, I think he's the catcher.
Yeah. He ain't the pitcher, he the catcher.
Yeah.
Batter up.
Those ladies, when they suggested that you got engaged just so you could be a vice presidential candidate.
Yeah, they're just ridiculous. Period. Honestly, it's not just the comments that they make about me. They get paid to tear people down.
How do you?
Okay, so what about people like me that don't get paid to tear you down?
We doing it because we actually are passionate about his fakery and his. Well, I can't say certain things on here, but
yeah,
we actually are passionate about the fact that he's a phony. And you know what I'm saying? He's living a lie. Ain't nobody buying his fake relationship. She's a beard. She looked like Dudley Do-Right in a dress. And he looked like Mushmouth. And ain't no way in the hell these two like each other in real life. Not like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, can you really see these two together in real life?
Nope. Hey,
you know
I got a song for him. Hey, oh yeah, see, he said that she said they had a few professors who went to school with both Lindsey Graham and Tim Scott and know them well. I got questions about that statement, but okay, we'll run with it. That's why we don't never see them with women. Yeah, I ain't never seen Lindsey Graham with a woman.
Never.
I ain't never seen Lindsey Graham with a. Now I did see him with a bucket of Bojangles though. Hey! Point him out!
Handle criticism when you hear someone say something negative about him or upset that he is a black man and he is not a Democrat? How does that affect you?
I tried to.
What?
See, yeah, I had a problem with that, bro. Go ahead. What's your thoughts on that line of
My
question?
issue is not because he's a black man and he's Republican. My issue is that he's a black man and he's a goddamn coon, a super coon, a man who goes around saying that there's no such thing as racism
And then
anymore.
by talking about all the racism that happened to him.
Right. Yeah, but you know, they'll say there's no more racism, right? But then when they do talk about racism, they say on the left. Oh, this country, you know, it's not racist. The only racism is coming from the left. Only racism, I think he means criticism. You know, anything that's criticism of him is racism. I haven't heard anybody say anything racist from the left on him. I've seen people call him out for his BS. And the people that were making those phone calls, calling him all types of names when he was sharing to his staffers, I sure don't think those was left-wing activists. Those are people that's part of his party.
Right. Those were right-wing rubes. And
right.
This is another thing, right? Because see, I talked about this earlier today too. You know, there was 4 instances in recent memory where there's been black folks being targeted by racists and whatever like that, right? When you factor in the story about the sheriff out in Tennessee who was profiting off of slave labor, who had the story I did about the West Virginia couple who had 5 adopted black kids and were using them as slaves and shit.
I think that's happening more frequently than we think too.
Right. That's just what we know.
Right.
Then you talk about the story down in Florida where a black man was chased and shot to death behind a trash can by 3 white supremacists. Then you talk about the story in Louisiana when you had the Brave Caves where, you know, potential suspects were taken there and being beaten and tortured. And then in Mississippi where you had 6 cops beat up and almost killed 2 black men and then tried to cover it up. And you know what the one common denominator about all those incidents? All those incidents happen in states where the governor is Republican.
Yep. But it's just left.
We know. There's tons of incidents out there that we don't know. But America ain't a racist country. Boy, Tim Scott, you don't sit your boy.
Sometimes, man, I just want to like take some baby oil, not baby oil, baby oil, put it on my hand and slap I can't talk the way I want to talk, man. And just slap the hell out of the back of his head, man. You stupid mom.
But America ain't a racist country, right? Those 5 incidents, you had white supremacists talking to black folks.
We know what the deal is, man.
I'm not gonna say he dipping in white chocolate because for all we know, he ain't touching that, right? And I think she won't let him touch it, right? No sex before marriage. Oh, gosh darn it.
That's what she claims.
Yeah.
She putting on that man. She probably putting on the front like she is this Christian woman, man. Even with them, man, you know how they are. What they do behind closed doors, you know.
I talked about before you came on. I talked about Lauren Barber. She like pushing those Christian values, yet she grabbed a dick at a stage play.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. They don't say dick; they say cock. You know, they be grabbing cock at a stage.
I will say this about this Mindy Noce person. Usually, women like her that is real skinny like that, they probably got like a underground tunnel. You know what I'm saying? She probably got like a goddamn tunnel. And him trying to have, even if he tried to do something, it's probably like trying to throw a hot dog down the hallway.
Hey, man.
You know, she need Mandingo parties to satisfy her.
Hey, so this woman got 3 fucking kids. You mean to tell me she a born again Christian now? She don't bounce off no more dick? Come on now,
please.
You fooling?
Please.
You know she fucking. She got 3 pieces of evidence running around here in the world.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure if you
don't care.
if you cut the light off and then you run the special blue light, you might find more in the hair, the back of the ass, dripping down her leg or some shit. I don't fucking know.
On her headboard, on the covers, on the ceiling,
on the ceiling fan. You know what I'm saying? Be careful. You don't want no drippings at night, right?
Like, God dang, what the hell been going on here? Like a crime scene.
Yeah, what kind of freak shit's going on in this room?
To refocus and not stay there. And I go to prayer.
So, with the debate, Joe Biden's hunkering down, Donald Trump's having all these rallies. Have you been helping him?
One of the things I'd say to President Trump for the debate prep is never forget the provocative racial past of Joe Biden. Donald Trump has done more for progress from a racial perspective economically than any president in my lifetime.
That's a lie.
Wait a minute, man.
Like seeing people.
What did he just say?
He said he did more for interracial. I'm gonna play that again. I'm gonna play that part again.
More for progress from a racial perspective economically than any president in my lifetime.
Done for more progress economically or in a racial angle than any other president.
Look, I don't like Lyndon Johnson. I thought Lyndon Johnson was a racist piece of shit. But no. Huh? Trump? And Trump? Come on, man. What is he talking about? And anyway, that ain't really, to be honest with you, none of them really done anything recently for us, but he really ain't done it. What is he talking about?
I don't even think he knows what he's talking about.
What is he talking about? Done what for black people?
He ain't done nothing for black. What's up, Crawford Experience? Salute to you. He ain't done nothing. Oh, who paying this lady to be Ron Tim Scott? Hey, that's the $1 million question. Me and Two Raw go put on our investigative hat, and we're gonna find out who the fuck is paying this woman to be Ron Tim Scott.
It's somebody, man. I almost want to say the RNC, but I don't know if Tim Scott's that high a priority.
No, he's not.
Yeah, so it's something. Maybe one of his donors. Who's a billionaire or whatever, who believe in this dude, or maybe, an undercover donor, you know what I mean by that. Maybe he's paying her. I don't know. That's my best guess.
Yep.
I mean, look at him.
It's hard to look at him too, Rob. Just say it.
He should focus on that.
Mindy, how do you help prepare him for politics?
I'm a good listener. I do pride myself on that.
Now look at her. You see her eyes going all over the place and all that. I'm just a good listener. She probably like, shut the fuck up, Tim.
Look, man. We know. We could tell from nonverbal communication and body language when a couple is actually genuine, and you could tell when they really, effing each other. Like Trump and Melania, come on, man. You could tell she was there for the money, and she probably just saw whenever they did do something, intimate. She did it like basically for financial reasons or status reasons. She don't screw that man for no, for pleasure. Now, Barack Obama and Michelle, I could tell that they were, that's genuine. I could tell that they really,
they love each other.
Yeah. But more than that, I could tell that they was, I guarantee it was probably more. Let me stop, man. I keep forgetting I got to censor myself on here, man. But you could tell that they actually were attracted to each other. This is not a couple right here. Like, these are people, like acquaintances. You know what I'm saying? That's teammates, maybe, like on a team.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's pretty much the dynamics I see right here.
Sham. Straight up sham. Let's continue more with this buck dancer bonanza and bliss.
I'll pray. I'll do a lot of praying. I think being a prayer warrior for him, supporting him, being a listener, and just loving on him. I think that's my role.
I know you have a thriving business here, and you're a designer. Are you ready to go from South Carolina, if he is the VP pick, to Washington, D.C., be in the public eye? How do you feel?
Wow, yeah, that's a big deal. But I think, I love what I do. I started flipping properties about 5 years ago. It's not like work. I get up every day and I just love what I do. Wherever Tim and I land, I think we're going to both put our personal touches on whatever home that is.
What about your platform? Have you thought?
Okay, so the answer is a resounding no. Translation. The answer is a resounding no. She's in Washington, D.C. She's not doing it. She just told you without telling you the answer is no.
But that pretty much tells you
because I know if a woman really loves a man and all that, she'll drop what she's doing to be with him.
Right.
She'll go, look, a woman who really loves a man will go to the ends of the earth with him. The fact that she did all that word babble, she did all that babble or whatever like that tells you she's not going to move with him.
Yeah, and that's all. That also tells me that in her mind, this is a short-term situation.
Right. Because
I think, like
how she said, "I love what I do."
Right. And you know what I'm saying, Michelle Obama, not to keep bringing her up, but Michelle Obama dropped her career to sacrifice for Barack Obama when he was running it back in 2007, 2008. She dropped her career. And, you know, she didn't like campaigning. She hated it. And she didn't particularly like the constraints of being and the scrutiny of being first lady, but she sacrificed her career and comfortability for her husband. Because that's what people do. I know he did things to sacrifice for her. She not sacrificed for him because she don't love this motherfucker. Guy.
Hey man, you could let freedom reign too, raw. You know what I'm saying? Hey, she don't love him. Remember, she said, "I love what I do." Listen to it again.
I get up every day and I just love what I do. Wherever Tim and I land, I think we're going to both put our personal touches on whatever home that is.
What about your platform? Have you thought about that?
Well, with my father was that.
So that military college she referred to is the Citadel. So back in the day, Citadel used to be an all-male institute, right? Until a woman by the name of Shannon Faulkner, who lied to her application, got accepted there. So basically what Shannon Faulkner did, Shannon Faulkner lied to her application, said she was a male. So they accepted it. So when she showed up, they told her, "No, you can't be here. You're a female. This is all male." So she sues, wins the lawsuit. She does 1 week at the Citadel and then leaves and quits.
I can imagine. Probably hazed the hell out of her. Harassed and hazed the hell out of her.
So once again, the lies of a white woman has led to irreparable consequences, right? But leave it up to Tim Scott. He's so in love.
just instilled, foundation, American values and, faith and family and, tradition. I mean, Navy wives don't get the credit that they deserve because it's truly amazing. That's always been, important to me, service.
Who is Tim Scott?
He's devoted. He's devoted to his Lord and Savior. He's devoted to his family. He's devoted to his friends, and he's devoted to his country.
Brought together by pickleball.
Your favorite sport.
Right.
They're getting married on August 3rd. They're at the church in South Carolina, and she said she will become Mrs. Scott.
Yeah, I mean, to me, with the military background, remember his brother's in the military too, as a military officer. His mom lives real close over there. And Lawrence, real quick, I think Tim Scott is still on that high on that list. President really likes him.
Yeah, a lot of people have tried to say that he's ruled out. I think the former president, maybe he has not come to a decision. I think that's where I'm leaning right now.
There was more to this interview. We see it for what it is. It's a sham. It's a farce. It is theater, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because in that interview, she pretty much told you what you need to know. That this is transactional. That I'm going to be making my transition out of this sham. Because that's exactly what it is. It's a sham. So, Tim Scott, you thought you is Lindsey Graham gonna be one of you like ring bearers and shit?
I wonder if Trump gonna show up. I doubt it.
So I did some digging, right? Because it's like, oh, he's getting married August 3rd at Seacoast Church in South Carolina. Do you know that there's 3 Seacoast churches in South Carolina, in Charleston, right? 3 of them. So if you ask me, right? Hey, my DX partner in the building. Hey, what's up, son? Hey, what's up, son? Hey, he could attest to this, right? That's one of my best friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's 3 Seacoast churches in South Carolina, right? There's one in downtown. There's one in North Charleston. There ain't gonna be in North Charleston because it's too black, right? Not gonna be in North Charleston. The other one is in West Ashley. Now, depending where is at West Ashley, it could be a little black, could be a little white, but I think it's a little too black. You know what I'm saying? Most likely, it's gonna be in Mount Pleasant. That's why I think that wedding will be at. It's gonna be in Mount Pleasant, where it's all white and all rich.
Oh, well then, yeah, that sounds like that where they're going to be at.
Yeah, that's where it's going to be at. It's going to be it's probably going to be in that same area where I find that dead alligator at. Where I drove by.
Hey, when exactly is the RNC this year? When is it?
The RNC. Let me look.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought it was sometime next month.
Because I got this sinking suspicion it's going to be right. This was wetting this time right before the RNC. Maybe I'm wrong.
Hold on. I think that motherfucker could be in Mount Pleasant, right there in that same area where that dead alligator at. It's gonna be in Milwaukee, July 15th to July 18th.
Oh, so this is going to be 2 weeks after, 2 to 3 weeks after. Okay. But 2 weeks afterwards.
Yeah. Hey man,
Okay.
I'm telling you, that opens the door for her to either do one or two things: call off the wedding, right? She could be like, "Hey, due to circumstances outside of my control, I call off this wedding."
Why, Sugar Plump? Why are you leaving me?
Timmy, you just don't satisfy me anymore. I'd rather go get a vibrator from one of the black shops in North Charleston.
But we can still play Scrabble.
No. I'd rather you scrabble your ass out of here.
Oh, fiddlesticks. I tried, Winsy. It's okay. Come on back to the team. I like that pink shirt you got on.
Yeah, I like that. I like that salmon shirt. Hey, well, let me do something to cheer you up. On Saturday nights, I like to get hog-tied and whipped like a pig at the Hyatt with the apple in my mouth. How about you reenact that with me?
I'm there. I ain't got to play Vice P pick no more. I get to.
Tim Scott out there landing on that.
This guy's so damn phony, man.
So I need to find out what time that wedding take place, because SummerSlam starts at like 8:00 or 7:00, right?
On that same day?
Yeah, on that same day. So obviously I'm not gonna be able to make it out to Cleveland to watch SummerSlam, right? So I'm gonna have to, crash the wedding, right? Fuck up his lifestyle. So when they sitting up there talking about is there anyone who believes that these two should not be together, speak now forever, they hold their peace? I'd be like, hey, be right here. Hey, put the camera on me, son. Cameraman, over here to where only LB gets all the glory, right? Cameraman. Hey, I'm like, hey, Tim Scott, you heard three snot-nosed kids be calling you the A word under their breath, right?
Now that's not nice. Don't say that to Uncle Tim. Fuck that nigga. Fuck that nigga.
Apparently her three kids is grown too.
Oh, they are?
Yeah. Apparently her three kids is grown.
Oh, so they're not little snot-nosed kids. They're big snot-nosed.
Yeah, they're grown-ass snot-nosed kids. Yeah, the three grown-ass snot-nosed kids who be calling them the A-word under their breath. So, I'll be right there. And look, this marriage is a sham, and you allegedly paying this woman under the table. So how much you pay her, huh? That's why we go viral. Because that's where the cops go come get me.
Shit, she probably getting like 100,000 a week.
100,000 a week.
I don't know. Getting paid something.
Hey man, she could take that 100,000 and get a BBL. Cause she definitely need it. Instead of wasting our time, putting a search party together to find out where her ass is at.
But yeah, but it ain't gonna look kind of funny with them matchsticks for legs she got. You know what I'm saying? Like she desperately needs some caloric. She need a goddamn caloric transplant or something, man, or caloric implant or something, because she don't like she eat nothing.
Maybe she eat rabbit food or some shit. I don't know.
She need to eat rabbit. That shit, I mean, goddamn, you can see the goddamn. You see her internal organs a little bit. Like, damn, lady, you need to.
I need to go home and do some recon too, Raw. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my DX partner still, but hey man, I need to come home so we can go a little recon and shit. You know what I'm saying? Find out where he gonna have his little reception at, right? Hey, I can't be long because SummerSlam started at 7:00, right? Try to watch SummerSlam. But yeah, goddamn, where that shit gonna be at? I think, like I said, it's gonna be in Mount Pleasant, and I gotta find out what time that shit start. I say anywhere between 2 and 5 p.m. is when that wedding's gonna go down. That's provided that he gets picked, because like I say, she could call off the wedding, or the wedding still be on. She just leaves him at the altar, and they say, "No, you find her at another restaurant somewhere."
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that this, if Tim Scott is picked, which I don't see why it would ever happen, but let's just say for some reason,
hey, you got a better chance of Frosty the Snowman surviving hell. But let's just say lightning strikes the Empire State Building. Okay, go ahead.
Let's say he got picked, right? Do you think this is like a feeble attempt to appeal to interracial couples as well?
It's a very feeble attempt to appeal to interracial couples, especially in this day and age where it is very frowned upon, especially with Tim Scott's at in Charleston. Like my homeboy would tell you, that's frowned upon down there.
Yeah, it is, but Trump's still gonna carry South Carolina easily. So
Right.
But that's the thing. Like Tim Scott don't really add anything because Trump's gonna carry South Carolina anyway. Only thing I can think of is they think that this is going to draw in black voters, but it's really not. You know what I'm saying? Like Tim Scott has no appeal. He's a clown. He's a clown. He's a buffoon, and he has no charisma. He has nothing. So I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't even understand why he even thinks that. The dude only got 1% in the polls.
He got 1%. He got 1% of a brand too.
Yeah, I was gonna say something else too, but at least Kamala, even though she's really not black.
Oh, camel toe.
Yeah, even Kamala, as brain dead as she is, she pretended to be black and she served a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, what'd you say now?
She served the purpose of downtown Willie Brown.
Yeah, she served a great purpose to him and Montel Williams and all these other people who she then climbed on top of to climb to the top. But you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? She served like a purpose. She checked off certain checklists, and plus Biden was catering to a certain demographic, a constituency. Like the Republican Party don't really have a constituency with black males. They're trying to build something, which is negligible. I don't think Tim Scott brings anything.
He might bring a bucket of chicken.
I feel like the street man in a comedy act. But yeah, he does bring that. And a platter of butter biscuits. And he brings his shoe sign kit. But other than that, I mean, I don't know what he brings, other than a lack of self, a lack of self-worth and self-respect
and self-awareness.
Self-awareness. What's that painting in the background anyway? What is it? That's a beach?
Look like some water. Look like a tidal wave or something. I don't know. So he took that selfie when Donald Trump got found guilty. He's like, Joe Biden, you're fired. I stand with President Trump. Sound like he got that Tasmanian devil after he done ran through a couple oak trees and shit.
Donald Trump.
Anyway, I gotta get ready for work, so let's go ahead and edit on that note. So, what's your party shot too, Raw?
Let's see. Tim Scott is gay. He ain't fooling nobody. Mindy Noce is a beard. She's getting compensated. She's getting compensated to play a role, and she's not gonna marry him because he ain't gonna be nominated. You know what I'm saying? Because she ain't gonna serve no purpose. Because after he doesn't get the nod, at best, Tim Scott gonna be a surrogate. And I think at that point, then he could just be hoping to get some type of job, and he ain't gonna get no real job. But if Trump do get reelected, he don't get no real job. He don't get a cabinet position. You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna be? Secretary of State? What are you gonna be? He ain't gonna get no real cabinet position. He get some token position.
He might, he might get Ben Carson old position, HUD secretary.
He'll get something where he could just be surrounded by people who do the real work. That's it. You know. Maybe I could see him maybe being RNC chair. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I know Michael Steele was, but Michael Steele actually was kind of capable. I don't know, man. I just think Tim Scott's a waste of space, man. That's pretty much all I got to say about it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I agree with you 100%, man. You know, Tim Scott, you are definitely a Foot Clan member. You know what I'm saying? Now, this channel, make sure to subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. And sub to Too Raw for TV. Sub to my man Too Raw for TV. Right? He puts in excellent work on his channel. Do all the shadow bans and strikes and other sock puppets who try to bring us down. We ain't gonna never stop. This your man. Scream at me. Hey!
Peace.